Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1964, is one of the finest satires of atomic weaponry ever produced, an allegorical tale whose messages have not been lost in the sands of time. This film, a nearly identical parody to the film-watching class Failsafe, has a nearly identical message, a bleak outlook on the use of atomic energy, and the disregard for rhetoric by political leaders that encourages this energy, Nukespeak. In the recent years, there has been a push for clean atomic energy, which is why Nukespeak has once again become a very pertinent issue. After watching Dr. Strangelove and connecting the messages of this film with all of my research on Nukespeak, I feel credible to speak on this matter. Nukespeak is a dangerous form of rhetoric that confuses the public on the matters of nuclear power. The bureaucratization of nuclear power confuses anyone that may not understand the lingo and jargon being used. The domestication of nuclear power crafts weapons of mass destruction and nuclear energy as safe and acceptable under the guise of non-threatening rhetoric and silly nicknames. And the deterministic screen, stemming from Nukespeak, creates an alternate reality surrounding the safety and use of atomic energy. My first point is on the bureaucratization of nuclear weapons. The main strategy of atomic bureaucratization, states Schiappa, is the disenfranchisement of the laypeople. In the film, the failsafe plan was easily hijacked for General Ripper's personal vendetta, mainly due to the supposed safeguard plan's confusing and impractical codes and lingo that were incommunicable even to the president. Although the nuclear lingo in the film was completely over the top, radars in the real world will use the bureaucratization method of Nukespeak to keep common people from grasping a complete understanding of nuclear policy. Hiding nuclear weaponry under code names like SLBM, ICBM, and other acronyms makes the weapon seem official and off limits to the public. If the government creates unrecognizable codes and jargon for these weapons, then it is nearly impossible for the average Joe to make any sort of informed decision on the matter. Along with transforming it into unrecognizable jargon, Nukespeak also sees to make nuclear weapons acceptable through domestication. My second point is as follows. The domestication of nuclear power makes weapons of mass destruction and nuclear energy seem safe and acceptable under the guise of non-threatening rhetoric and silly nicknames. In the film, the names of the two atomic bombs are Hi There and Dear John, nicknames very similar to the bombs Fat Man and Little Boy dropped during World War II. This type of rhetoric emasculates nuclear power, transcribing the image of an overweight gentleman onto a 20-kiloton bomb, altering it into something much less threatening. As reported by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, a U.S. Council of Energy Awareness study showed that Americans are reassured by words like safer, new, and advanced when referring to nuclear energy. However, phrases that were too direct, such as inherently safe, walkaway safe, and standardized designs, create unease about atomic power. This is a sad truth about Nukespeak. It is all we know when referring to nuclear power. It seems that the general public may not want to hear cold hard facts about nuclear energy, but instead want and need to have an issue sugar-coated. We have hope for the future, yet fantasies in the present. Because of keywords and phrases surrounding atomic energy, policymakers will be apt to spend more money on psychological research, gathering more information on what people like to hear in terms of nuclear power, rather than researching the effects of nuclear waste on human health and the environment. My third and final point is that the deterministic screen stemming from Nukespeak creates an alternate reality surrounding the safety and use of atomic energy. As Mead and Led discuss, the key stratagem of Nukespeak is to turn reality on its head to make irrational policy seem rational. This point is clearly illustrated in Dr. Strangelove during the scene detailing the extensive safety call procedures right before the dropping of the bomb. Kubrick shows us the entire procedure before the release of the bomb in great detail, implying that the safety and regulation is a hugely important factor in nuclear energy. Although Nukespeak makes the public at ease about atomic energy, Kubrick is begging the government to keep up on standards and safety practices that are demanded when dealing with the immense power that is nuclear energy. In review, the bureaucratization of nuclear power confuses anyone that may not understand the lingo and jargon being used. The domestication of nuclear power makes weapons of mass destruction and nuclear energy seem safe and acceptable under the guise of non-threatening rhetoric and silly nicknames. And the deterministic screen stemming from Nukespeak creates an alternate reality surrounding the safety and use of atomic energy. Nukespeak is a dangerous form of rhetoric that confuses the public on the matters of nuclear energy and warfare. Albeit, nuclear energy may be the newest way to harvest energy from our planet, but newest does not always mean safest. The deterministic screen created by the rhetoric of policymakers does no good to inform the public or to foster informed public decision. Nukespeak does no good, so just give me the facts, please. Thank you.